Welcome, dear students, to this class of English literature. And today we will discuss how we can elaborate a given theme, that is, theme expansion, you can say, or elaboration of a given theme. So, this topic is often asked in the PG classes, in NET and JRF examinations, and for PG classes, and everywhere whenever you go for any competition which is for selections, then you get this topic: write or elaborate the given theme. So today we'll discuss how we can elaborate a given theme, or you can simply say theme expansion. So dear students, there are certain points which we should consider before we proceed for the topic, that is, how we can elaborate a given theme. So the first point we should remember is how we can elaborate a given theme, that is a theme, a topic, a proverb given to us, how it can be expanded. And second point is, what is theme, what actually is theme. So this question we will answer. Then how to elaborate a given word or a maxim or a proverb or a sentence. So we have to elaborate. We can be given in examinations. You can say a word can be given, say for example the word war, or say for example the word beauty. How you will expand or how you will elaborate the theme of the given word beauty, or you can be given a maxim or a proverb or a sentence. So this we have to answer. And the next point is how to comprehend, that is, how we can comprehend, we can understand and express meaning of a given theme. This is very important. We have to comprehend, we have to understand it, and we have to express the meaning also of the given theme. So these are some of the questions which we should keep in mind before we proceed to write a theme expansion. Then we can say a theme or a thought which is given to us can be elaborated into a paragraph. So we should keep in mind that any given word, any given maxim, any given proverb which is given to us for theme writing or for expansion, we can elaborate it into a paragraph. Then the sentences, how to write the sentences. The sentences, they should be constructed in such a manner so that they express the single idea, that is the given topic. If we are writing a theme expansion of beauty, or say for example war, then we have to construct the sentences in such a way that our idea of war or the idea of beauty is, it is not digressed. We do not digress from the topic. We should stick to the given topic and write our answer, or expand the theme. Then we have, in English language, we have innumerable proverbs, maxims, sayings, quotations, verse extracts, and also we have, you can say, words, unlimited words. We have the whole dictionary, we have the whole corpus of English literature, from which you can be given any word, any maxim, any saying, any quotation, any verse extract from a poem or from a essay or from any novel. And there are innumerable proverbs, Roman proverbs, English proverbs, so on and so forth. So we can get anything to be elaborated and for theme writing. So we should be very cautious and we should read often. How we can comprehend? We have to read. So let us now move on. We have to write a full length paragraph, as I told you before. A full length paragraph can be written on any of the topics. As I said, proverbs, maxims, words, sentence. So a full length paragraph can be written. We should properly express the meaning. If we are, for example, we have taken two words today, war and beauty. So we should understand what a war is, what are its consequences, how a war can lead to destructions, how it can alter the geographical areas of the planet. So all these things we should express in our paragraph. This we can express only when we know the meaning, and we have to express the meaning in properly constructed sentences. Now, this manner of writing in which we expand a given word, we write about it, is called expansion or elaboration of a given theme. So now I hope you have understood what is expansion or what is elaboration of a given theme. Elaboration of a given theme, I repeat myself, is the proper expression in sentences of the given maxim, proverb, sentence, word. So this is expansion, and we have to write it strictly on the given topic. We should not digress ourselves from the given topic. If we are, say for example, given the word war, we should stick our writing, our expansion to war. If the word is beauty, we should write about the word beauty. Now, how we can begin, or how can we just construct a very fine paragraph of expansion? We should be short and crisp. Our sentences, we should construct short sentences. They should be directly pinpointed to the given subject. That is, there should be no digression. We should come directly to the point, because we have word limit also. So we should come directly to the point. The first sentence is the topic sentence. Means what the topic is. What is beauty, for example? So you can explain beauty in the very first sentence. Start describing beauty. So we are directly pinpointing to the given topic. Then, for whom we are writing? We are writing for the reader. So we should tell the reader how we have planned to approach the topic. That I will, in this expansion, I will cover this and this. Now, if you want to compare, in case of comparison, if there is any comparison you want to introduce, then you should state both the arguments, pro and against. So it will become very interesting study. Then identify the opinions by phrases such as in my view, because you are writing and you are expressing your views. So we can write in my view or in my opinion, beauty is this and this. Now, opinions, when you write in my opinion or in my view, these opinions, they should be based on evidence. Proper evidence of your expression is must. So it will be a factual study. Now, what other ideas? If you have any other ideas regarding war or beauty, then we should provide specific supporting ideas also. So that will make it a very beautiful expansion. Now, for this, we have the unity of idea. Now, what is this unity of idea? The unity of idea is the framing of sentences to express only one idea or topic at a time. So this we should keep in mind, that there is the unity of idea. So we should frame sentences to express only one idea or one topic or one point. Then there should be the logical order. In logical order, we should have facts which are logically arranged. Then these facts, they should be based on evidence. All points, whatever points you jot down, all points should converge on the main idea. We should not digress. I am repeating myself again and again that we should not digress from the given topic. All points which you want to jot down, which you want to write down, they should converge on the main idea, and there should be proper sequence of idea or the given theme or the topic. So in this order we can construct a very logical paragraph on the given topic or proverb or maxim or word. And if you have the logical arrangement, then it will lead to the coherence. So logically we should connect and be consistent, and we should follow the chronological order. Now, to carry on the arguments forward, we use connectives to maintain this coherence. So what are these connectives? For example, that is, so, or, but, and, otherwise, hence, etc. These are all connectives. The list is much more longer. So we can use these connectives to attain the required coherence. Now we should keep this in mind, that we have to logically arrange the topic, and we should also use connectives to maintain the coherence. Then we come to the key sentences. The theme is generally expressed in the very first sentence. This we all know. I have told you earlier also. Subsequent sentences should expand the theme. The following sentences, they should expand the theme, and we should try to add variety or vividness, as it avoids the monotony and make writing lively. So we should not be monotonous in our writing. We should avoid monotony. Then we can use supporting ideas, other ideas which are creeping in related to the topic only, and we should avoid the digression, as I am telling you time and again that we should avoid this digression. It should not hinder our writing. And what next? What next is to avoid? We should avoid repetition. We should not repeat the same words or the same sentences again and again. It will not leave impact on the reader, and you will not get good marks. And we should avoid repetition. So frequent repetition, it spoils the beauty of the paragraph. Simply, if we will keep on repeating and repeating the same thing, then it will spoil the beauty of the paragraph. We should keep in mind these topics, that there should be no repetition of sentences or words. Then we should be very, very careful about punctuation. The sentences, the comma, they should be properly punctuated. So sentence framing, then punctuation, then what next? Check the spellings. So we, being student of English, we should give proper eye to the word before we finalize it. That is, we should check spellings. Then the grammatically correct sentence. This is but obvious. We should write grammatically correct sentence, as the evaluator, when he will evaluate your answer books, he will look at all these things. So proper punctuation, spellings, then we should write grammatically correct sentence. And remember that each sentence, when we start the sentence, each sentence should be started with a capital letter. Now what next? we should supplement our writing with proper examples. If we want to quote some examples, we should supplement with proper examples. Avoid adding anything new in the last sentence. When you are concluding, in the conclusion, you should not try to add anything new in the conclusion. Then we can conclude by making an impressive, you can say, statement. Try to conclude by making an impressive statement. By this, we can impress the evaluator and it will fetch us very good marks. So today's topic was elaboration of a given theme or theme expansion, and it is a topic for the PG classes, for the NET students, those who are preparing for their NET. And I have tried to explain some of the important points which we should keep in mind for theme writing or elaboration of a given topic. I hope you will comprehend it. If you have any queries, you can ask me, and we'll meet in the next class. Thank you very much. Have a great day.